What's up, guys? Welcome to the channel today. I've recovered from my sickness. I'm back. I'm happy again. Thank you guys for tuning in. If you have a couple seconds before we get into the video, please hit subscribe and like the video, or wait about halfway through if you're having a good time, then hit subscribe and like. Everything helps. We're getting close to 500. I'm super stoked. Been having a good time. So let's get into the topic today. We're going to be doing some overpay trades that I'd be willing to do. Basically, the idea here is I'm willing to put a little extra on top to get these guys because I just think their value is going to go up. So I'm willing to invest now before it goes even higher than where I'm anticipating or paying. So first one here, we're going to do running back, and that's going to be Saquon Barkley. Now, this one may not be that I think his value is going to go up. I just think he's attainable, and I think he's got basically this Eagles contract as a very elite running back option. I'm willing to pay DK Metcalf and Audric Estime here. Basically, DK for Saquon is a fair trade according to KTC. I'd be willing to throw on Estime as a freebie to get it done. I just think Barkley, with his talent in that Philly situation, which is much better offense than the Giants where he's been, he may get less touches, but they're going to be way more efficient, and he's going to have a chance for a lot more touchdowns. So I think Barkley's going to have a great season this year and next year. And if he's on that Eagles team, I think he's set for success here. Next one, little tight end trade. I'm saying we go get TJ Hockenson. I think his value has slipped a little bit due to the injury, which is fair. You know, people get hurt, they fall down the rankings. But what happens a lot of times is as soon as they're healthy, they go back to where they were. So here I'm saying let's trade Keon Coleman and Ben Sinnott, two rookies that are getting some hype for someone who I think is still a top 5 tight end in my eyes, in TJ Hockenson. JJ McCarthy coming out of Michigan, loved throwing the tight end in college. I think he's going to develop into a nice little quarterback for the Vikings there. So I'm not really worried about sharing the load with Jefferson and Addison. I think Hawkinson's going to get his once he's healthy. Yes, you may have to wait. So you do have to keep in mind you have another tight end on your roster. How are you going to deal with Hockenson maybe missing half this season? But once he plays and starts looking like his old self, his value is going to go back up. So I think this is a good deal that we're getting Hockenson here. Next one, this one's just going to be straight up, and this is just straight out of my rankings. I have Tank Dell over Michael Pittman. I do like Michael Pittman. Sorry for the speech thing there. But I just think Tank Dell's on a better offense. He's tied to CJ Stroud. I like Anthony Richardson, but more of it has to do with his running ability than his passing ability. So when it comes down to it, I want the wide receiver who's younger or less years in the NFL tied to the better passing offense, and that's going to be Tank Dell tied to CJ Stroud here. So I would do this swap. I understand if you're a big Pittman guy, if you wouldn't. It's close, right? I have them neck and neck in my rankings. I actually have Tank Dell at 18, Michael Pittman at 19. So this isn't some crazy trade, but I was looking at mine, and I just think you could get this done, and I would personally do it. I think Tank Dell is explosive. We saw last year. I think he has more upside than Michael Pittman. Michael Pittman's been very good, but a little limited on the touchdown front. I think Tank Dell has that ceiling that really interests me. And the last trade of the day here, quarterback, I'm saying we tier up from Drake May, and I want to go get Trevor Lawrence, and I'm going to overpay by sending over Zamir White. It's an overpay, a little small overpay. I'm not the biggest Zamir White fan. I have him a little lower than consensus. They have him here at RB20. I have him a little deeper in my 20s. I just think Trevor Lawrence is a little underrated here at QB 13. I have him a couple spots higher. He's tied to a good offensive coach. He's got good offensive weapons. Kirk, they added Brian Thomas, Evan Ingram, Travis Etienne, Gabe Davis, who I'm not a huge Gabe Davis guy for fantasy, but in the NFL, he's going to be helpful for Trevor Lawrence. And Lawrence is going to get an extension. They have no other options there, quarterback. I just think he had a down year last year, and I'm willing to invest at the price here. And if you have to pay a little extra on top of Drake May to get it done, I would be willing to do that. So thank you guys for tuning in. I always try to keep it short and to the point in my videos if you've never been to the channel before. Happy to expand on some of my points if you ever ask questions in the comments below. Love helping you guys with your trades, your teams, any sort of question. Love getting to know you guys. But thanks for tuning in. I'll catch you later this week for another video. Make sure to hit subscribe, like the video. We're getting closer to the NFL season, so let's have a fun Dynasty summer. But peace, guys.